Good morning, students. In the today's lecture, we will talk two algorithms. The first one is called the fast, and the second one is called the brief. Actually, we are learning two ORB algorithm only. ORB is the orient, fast, and the rotated brief. So, ORB, that is called oriented, fast, and rotated brief. The thing is why we are learning this algorithm, because this algorithm is widely used in the augmented reality applications for the feature detection as well as for the feature decryption. That's why it is the last algorithm that we learn about the detection and the description methods, that is called the ORB. And this ORB is made up of two things. The first one is called, as the name indicates, that is first one algorithm is oriented fast, and the second one is the brief. So you can say ORB is not the new algorithm, but it is a combination of two algorithms. The first one is this one, and the second one is this one. So in order to learn about the ORB, we have to see the concept regarding the fast algorithm and the brief algorithm one by one. So it is again, it is a feature detection algorithm as well as it has a capability to detect the corner also. So both of the things have to be utilized, have to be done by using the ORB algorithm. So after that ORB algorithm, we will start homography. So as I told you, homography is the concept that is doing the transformation from 2D to 3D or more than to 3 dimensions. After that, we will move toward the camera models, because for the augmented reality applications you have to on your webcam, as well as you can capture your photos in order to launch the real time application. So camera models we will learn after the homography. So after these two concepts, like the homography and the camera model, we will jump toward the augmented reality. So hopefully in the mid of September we will cover all these concepts. So first we have to learn the FAST algorithm. So what is the meaning of FAST here? The FAST is features from accelerated segment test. So F for features from accelerated segment test. So as the name indicates, we have to detect the features after doing the segmentation of the particular image. So segmentation of the particular image means we have to, if there is an image and there's a lot of pixel, then we have to divide this pixel into some area. We have to do the segmentation, and according to the segmentation, we have to detect particular pixel intensity as well as its corner. That is the meaning of features from accelerated segment test. And what is the meaning of accelerated? Accelerated means we have to repeat the procedure for all of the pixels inside this area, inside this segment. That's why. So roughly I will tell you what is the basic step of the fast. So you can see the diagram, then I will give you some notes. So from the diagram you can see it is one image, black and white image, grayscale image, and here is a corner. You can see this one is the corner. What is the corner? Corner is nothing but the where two edges are coincide each other, that we call, say it is a corner. So it is a corner, and now we have to detect the key features inside it, whether it is a corner or not, according to the intensity. So the first procedure is we have to select a pixel p in the image. So in this image, this is my pixel P, which is to be identified as the corner point, and the intensity of this pixel P is suppose IP. So that is the first step, that what you want to identify. So in my case, I am identifying this corner position. So I assume this is a pixel P and its intensity is IP. Then what is the second one? This is the first step. Second step is, after defining the pixel, you have to fix a threshold value. So threshold value, obviously it will be range from 0 to 255 because we have color range over this value only. So according to this color range value, we have to define the threshold T. So why we are using the threshold, that I will elaborate you in the next 2 or 3 steps. Now coming towards the third step. The third step says you have to plot the another diagram just exactly look like this one, and the scaling has to be changed. Scaling has to be bigger as compared to the previous figure. Then this is your P point. You can see this is P is the same thing that you are mentioning here. So this is P, and around this P the step is what you have to do. Around this P you have to take a circle of 16 pixels, a circle that should contain 16 pixels. That is the mandatory condition. So what I am doing, I am taking the pixel, I am plotting the same image with a different scale. Then after the different scale imaging, I have to identify 16 pixels in a circle manner with respect of this center one. So this is my pixel, and you can see in the round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I am choosing random ways also because it is not possible to do it consecutive manner. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the 16 is finishing over there. So 16 pixels I have to select. So this is the third step under the testing. Then what will be the fourth step? The fourth step is utilizing the threshold value. Actually, my target is to identify whether the pixel P is a corner or not. If I am choosing this pixel, then it will be going to tell me about the key points description as well as key point detection, because corner is the those one that I can identify the image edges conciseness also. So that's why in the fourth point, I will be utilizing the threshold value. So how can we utilize this? So first, the pixel P is a corner. The condition is the pixel P is a corner if there exists in the surrounding of that circle, there exist at least n contiguous pixels which are brighter than P as well as lighter than P. Means out of 16, there should be n pixels, you can say at least n pixels brighter than P, or the condition is lighter than P. So that is the concept. In the case, if out of 16 I could not find at least n pixel, in this case I will be rejecting this P intensity pixel, that it is not the corner point. That is the condition. If it is successfully cooperate with this fourth condition, then we can say my P is the pixel point and it has corner and it is useful for detect the key points, descriptors and the detections for the further processing. It is a good start, that I want to say. So as I know, this is indicated by IP, the pixel value in the center, and my threshold is T. So you have to check that brighter means IP plus T threshold value, and the lighter means IP minus T. So you can see in the grayscale image there is only black and white type of things, and there is no role of the color which ranges from 0 to 255 because there is no 3 channels, because the RGB has 3 channels. So यहाँ पे 3 चैनल तो है ही नहीं, यहाँ पे ये एक ही चैनल है, that is indicated as 0 and 1. So my threshold value should be range between the 0 and 1. You have to fix it and you have to try it in the hit and trial basis. So you will not need to do it manually. The algorithm that is called FOSS, it has a random feature that is taking the value from 0 and 1, and it will give you results automatically. So just for the understanding point of view, I am elaborating this type of thing. So now I will give you notes about this. I think it is pretty clear to all what is the steps over there. For the more clarity, I will give you step. So step number 1 is select a pixel P in the image which is to be identified as an corner point let its intensity is IP. Second one is very simple. Select a particular threshold value. T. Third one is you have to consider a circle of 16 pixels around the pixel P. In the high scale image. Now the last point is for pixel P consideration, the thing is there should be at least endpoints and countages, you can say, in the circle having value IP plus T greater than IP plus T or less than IP plus T. So from this diagram, what will be the answer of this pixel value? Whether this pixel P is considered or not according to the situation. So I can take one example. Suppose I am using pixel I1, this one, I1, I5, I9 and I30. So they are 4 pixels. Means n का जो वैल्यू है वो मेरा 4 है. So 4 pixel में हम क्या करते हैं? What we do that there should be a condition of at least, but in the real time scenario, for the roughly scenario, it is not perfectly meeting the criteria, because in the real time scenario there should be lot of noise as well as the blurred images and so many things inside the images. That's why for cope up with these all things, we have to consider that at least n-1 should be followed. So n-1 means अगर आपका 3 भी फॉलो कर रहा है तो मैं इसको कंसिडर कर सकती हूँ, बट द कंडीशन इज in that case you have to repeatedly do this procedure for all the pixels also. Like the first time I am using 1, 5, 9 and 13, then the second time you have to choose another ones such that my at least condition will get prompted over there. So in this case, in my example 1, 5, 9 and 13, there are 4 pixels. So I have to just, my aim is at least 3 pixels or 3 pixels should follow the criteria. So you can see there is a dark color in the P. So there are in the pixels I1, I5, I9, I13 which are lighter or brighter than I5. Yes. For the pixel 1 it is lighter. For the pixel 5 it is lighter than P. The pixel 9 is a लगभग it is similar to P, and the pixel 3 is lighter than P. So there are 3 pixels 1, 5 and 3 which satisfy the criteria successfully, which is lighter than P. So we can say P is the corner point, but it is not the final result. You have to do it procedure for the all pixels also, like the randomly choosing of the pixel and do this testing. So that is the fast algorithm. And there are some drawbacks over the fast algorithm. What is the drawback? The drawback is, you can see it is good that you have to select a circle and threshold value. But where is the orientation point? Because in the application, we have to see the images in the different orientation angles. Like sometimes I'm using someone person's face with a left hand side view, sometimes in the right hand side view, sometimes in the back end side view. So where is the orientation? So orientation point is missing there. That is the one drawback. And the another one is just like in the camera model that we will discuss in the few lectures, after the few lectures. So in the camera model, what the camera do, it has to take the images with the different zooming functionality, such that it can identify the object inside the images with a more clarity. So in order to do that, it has to utilize the scaling feature. So scaling is nothing but the resolution. So at the first time, it using the scaling, but it is not using the scaling for all of the repeated procedure. It can use just only one scaling parameter and it has to put the results. So that is one of the drawback of the fast algorithm. So scaling resolution is missing there. So according to this drawback, what the ORB do, the ORB algorithm utilize these drawback as to put a new algorithm that is called the ORB algorithm. So for the first one, that is called the orientation. For the orientation point of view, it do some procedure. What is the procedure? It uses centroid and movements. अब वो कैसे किया? I will tell you. And for the scaling, it uses multi-scale pyramid. So from the last lecture, you will get to know what is the pyramid inside the code. So pyramid is that one which is used to generate the octaves as well as the images with respect to multiple scaling features. Means different resolution. So we take the first one, that is called the multi-scale pyramid. So in the multi-stage pyramid, ORB utilize the pyramid feature, that is already Python inbuilt function. So after utilizing this pyramid feature, it has to convert the images into the multi-scale resolutions. And after converting into the multi-scale resolution, now ORB apply fast algorithm. Fast algorithm is the similar one that I discussed you in this section. That is the fast algorithm it has to utilize after the rescaling, after the multi-scaling resolution using the pyramid Python library. So that is the main function of the ORB algorithm. So why it is doing this type of thing? Because ORB want to detect the key points. So as per the our lecture, you can understand there are so many key points inside the image that is used to detect the features. Like in the eyes point, in the previous one coding, you can see in the Alia Bhatt images, in their eyes is though so many green dots, small circles are there. That is called the feature key points and detection of that key points. So RB has to detect these key points by applying the fast algorithm. So many key points can be catched by using the multi-scale pyramid section. Like the example is this one. So after the multi-scale pyramid, the resolution is changes step by step in the pyramid section, and the first algorithm, fast algorithm, will be applied over this one. Then second will be applied over this one. The first one is this one, second one is this one, and third one and fourth one. And you can proceed it with the reverse also, like first, second, third, and fourth. It is your wish. By default, it is going from downwards to upwards. So from that, the fast algorithm can detect multiple key point detection inside the image. That's why this scaling is done by the ORB algorithm. Now the second one is called the orientation. For the orientation, so for the orientation, we have to analyze the image in different angles and views. Like left and right facing. So means we have to detect, the overall theme is we have to detect the intensity of pixel P, like the intensity of this pixel P, this one in the different angles, in the different directions, you can see. And along with different directions, we have to uh, calculate the changes in the intensity, because it is not possible that at a different direction the pixel be having the same intensity. It is not possible. So I have to calculate that changes at different angles, detect the changes in different rotations, you can say. So from this image you can see this one, it is the circle. So inside the circle, P is the middle position, that is called the center of the circle. You can see. Center of the circle. If it is the center of the circle, then you can easily identify its centroid. And after calculation of the centroid, you have to detect the changes inside this pixel with the different orientations. So from this orientation, when there is a concept of centroid comes and also the concept of direction comes, then in the mathematics, you learned about the concept of movements. So when we talking about the changes in the center position with respect to the directions, that is called the movements. So that's why there are two things coming. The first one is called centroid and the second one is called the movements. So what we do, there is a one random sample inside the pixel P, and this random sample is called the patches. Because it is a single one, so I will use only the patch. Now, with respect of the central point, I have to calculate the centroid. And again, I have to calculate the movements also, because we are considering the directions. So my formula for calculating the direction orientation will be summation of xy. And what should be the new position? That is PQ and IXY. And the centroid will be calculated with respect to the movements. Now what is the value of theta then? My movements is coming out, centroid value is coming on. Then what is the value of angle? The angle will be tan inverse M01 and M10. That is the formula. So that is all about the FAST algorithm and what is the drawback inside the FAST algorithm and how can ORB mitigate this drawback with the assignment of orientation components and the pyramid sections. Now the second algorithm over this is called brief. So my brief algorithm is very simple. Actually, the FAST algorithm is used for the detection of key points. But in the brief algorithm, it is used to identify the key point descriptors. So how can it identify the detected key point descriptors? The descriptors can be its illumination, it can be rotation point of view, it can be intensity, it can be the brightness. Like these are the comes under the category of descriptors. So what it will do, it will carry not the carry, it will take all the key points detected by fast algorithm and convert into binary. Binary feature vector. So first step is the brief will use all the key points that is detected by the fast algorithm and convert it into the binary feature vector. It means the binary feature vector will contain the value of 0, 1 because it is binary, and each feature vector will carry the length of 128 to 512 bits. Like in this diagram, you can understand it more clearly. So this is called the binary feature vectors. So there are so many vectors, v1, v2, v4, and this is the length. This length should be 128 to 512 bits. Then there are two steps utilized by the brief algorithm because it is very simple. So first step is called the smoothing. So smoothing, I assume that is already know by you what is smoothing. Smoothing is nothing but the removing of noise inside the images by applying the Gaussian filter. And the second one is it has to identify the two patches. Like in the first one, in the fast algorithm, I am using the patches in the form of circle, but in this case I will be using in the patch in the form of square. So in the definition view, pick two random samples. You can say neighborhood around the key point. Around the key point P as a patch, and it should be in the form of a square. Now the first random sample. The first random sample, the smoothing is done by using the Gaussian filter with the use of some sigma value. But for the second random sample, we have to apply the Gaussian filter with using sigma by 2 value. So that is the main difference. What you have to do, the first random sample you have to take, you have just applied the sigma value, suppose 3, and the second random sample you should apply the sigma value, that is 3 by 2 and 1.5. Now you have to check for the intensity, whether it is intensity is which one the intensity is greater. So suppose if the intensity is I1 and their intensity is I2. So in the case of if the intensity I1 is greater than I2, then you have to allocate 1 to there. For the feature vector, it should be 1 to here, and for the I2, it should be placed 0. And this is one of the example. So this is the cat image in which okay, sorry guys for the interruption. So what I'm trying to say, for this diagram, this is the cat, and this is the one thing that I want to consider for my key point detections. So this is my initial key point, that is the assumed one. So for that, first we have to take one sample. So my first sample in the square from this one, you can say that is called the patch. So from that patch, we have to check for the two values, like the first pixel is this one and the second pixel is this one. And we have to check sigma and for the sigma by 2. So actually, my sigma values lies the intensity of the particular image is nothing but the set of integers from 0 to 255. So 0 will be act as a black color and 255 will be act as a white color. So from that, can you please tell me that which pixel will get 0 and which pixel will get 1 by using the brief algorithm? As you can see, this is the first pixel and it is darker than this one. If it is darker than this, the yellow one, then it will be 0 and it will be 1, right? Because the yellow one is lighter than this black one. Na? If it is lighter than black one, then the intensity value should be proceeding to 255, the yellow ones. If it is proceeding to 255, then automatically its intensity will get higher. So according to the brief algorithm, it says when the intensity of first pixel is higher than the intensity of the second pixel, then you have to allocate the one value to the intensity of higher pixel, that is this one, and 0 will intensity to low pixel, that is this one. So 1 will be allocated to the yellow one and 0 will be allocated to the blue one. So that is all about the brief algorithm that is used to judge the key point descriptor. So two things have been finished. The first one is key point detections, orientations, scaling, as well as the descriptor. So the point is why we learn this algorithm, because in the previous lecture we already defined one algorithm that is called the SIFT, and SIFT also carry these type of features like the descriptors, the detections, orientation, and if you remember that we have a plot one histogram will taking 36 bins. So what is the reason that we learned this ORB algorithm? Actually, the SIFT algorithm is patented. So once the algorithm is patented, once your work is patented, then no one can use it as a commercial use. I have to take a permission from that scientist in order to utilize in order to launch certain application. So we cannot use SIFT as a commercial use. And because the scenario is I'm using the YouTube video for publishing my videos, the YouTube channel I'm using for publishing my videos. So it will be like, it can be understand like a commercial use. So that's why I will not use SIFT algorithm. Just for the tutorial point of view, I can give you some instruction, but for the application launching point of view, just like in the augmented reality, I cannot use SIFT algorithm because it is patented. That's why we are using ORB algorithm. So ORB is not the patented one, and it is a free and open source algorithm. So that is the reason the augmented reality application widely depend on the ORB. So now time for demo. So demo is very simple. Just like in the SIFT algorithm, ORB algorithm roles play. First, you have to read the image, then set the training image and the training gray image. Gray is that one which having only two colors, black and white. So that things I already elaborated by me in the last lecture. So that is called the PYR down for the pyramid of the images for the scaling, and this rotation matrix for the orientation point of view, and warp fin, that is for the transformation in the number of rows and the columns. Then test gray. So my training image is that one in which nothing modification have to be applied by me, but my testing image is that one in which some modification is applied, like this is blur as compared to this one, as well as it is rotation point of view, it is different at the training image. So that is all about the reading of the image. Then after for applying the ORB method in order to detect the key point features and the descriptors, there is a method inside the OpenCV, that is ORB underscore create. Just like we do in the previous programming, we have to do shift underscore create. Like the same way I have to do ORB underscore create. So when I take this function ORB underscore create, this method, then automatically I can call all my methods, that is ORB dot detect and compute, and inside this I have to pass a training gray image, and for the test key points I have to pass the test gray image. Then what is without size and with size key points, that I already elaborated you, but once I will elaborate you because in that time the lecture was very fast. So that is the key point detectors. So these are the key points, train key points. In the training images, they are these key points. And it has some sizes, because in the sizes, you can see it is a very large circle. So it has plotted with the use of some sizes. But in this image, train key points without size means I'm not using the circle point of view, just I am using the dots in order to detect the features. So you can see in the eyes, there is a corners. In the eyes, there are a lot of corners over there. So inside the corners, it has to do lot of recognition of the key points, detection of the key points. So that's why the scaling is done. Scaling with the use of pyramid, that is called pi y r down in the above one. Where it is? This one. So now I have to identify the matching key points. So these are the best matching key points over the testing image, and this is your training image. So after this key point matching, you can utilize this ORB feature in your augmented reality application just to plot an object over any image. So it has to do actually the mapping. So कोई वो जादू से ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर वो आकर के नहीं बैठ जाती है इमेज, वहाँ पे मैचिंग पॉइंट्स होते हैं कि कहीं से वो इमेज को उठा रहा है किसी डायरेक्टरी से, बस मैचिंग के थ्रू वो वहाँ पे आपको वर्चुअलाइजेशन दे रहा है एग्जैक्ट इमेज का, and that is called the virtual reality or the augmented reality. So now if anyone has some doubts, you can unmute your mic and ask me, and the rest of the members can leave. Yes, any doubts? Anshika, Niket, Shashank?